Without further delay, I will call the person who will take over from here, and we will honor our guests.
Happy Sabbath, everyone. This morning, we are pleased to honor Miss Veronica, Mr. and Mrs. Benjamin. Amen. Amen. Veronica Benjamin, better known as Sally, has enjoyed a lifetime of having children around her. She herself coming from a large family of many siblings. Born in St. Vincent, she migrated at a very young age to Trinidad. As a young adult, she loved to travel, and during one of her trips, she made a stopover in St. Martin, where she met and married her present husband. Sally's household, having 2 children of her own and 1 adopted, was always full of children. It seems that all of the children of Sucker Garden, where she was living then, at one time or another, either stopped at Auntie Sally or received some bit of positive advice or assistance from her. Sally was always prepared and willing to help and encourage any child who needed anything. She would accompany them when asked on school field trips on the island or abroad. She would take them to the beach on weekends and sometimes on hiking trips. She would even go to the school with them if their parents couldn't, when they got in trouble. I'll read that again. She would even go to the school with them if their parents couldn't, whenever they got in trouble. Many teachers at school probably did not even know who the actual parent of the child was, but they certainly knew Miss Sally and probably wondered how this little woman could have made so many children. A short, sad time in her life came when all of her children grew up and went on to further their studies. But that did not last too long, as somehow or the other, another generation of children either found her or she found them, and the house and car were again full of children. The first set of children still referred to her as Auntie Sally, and the following ones are of the grandma era. In 2005, she was approached by the authorities to be an official foster family, starting out with 1 child, and over the years, more foster children were added up to about 10. Upon her husband's pending retirement, she decided to slow down and eventually give up the foster care, but someone suggested to her to establish a foundation through which she would be able to continue with her care for children. And to no one's surprise, that is exactly what she did in 2012. With her New Start for Children Foundation, which runs a home for foster children and presently can cater for up to a maximum of 25 children from 0 to 18 years. Who knows, there might be a great grandma era somewhere down the line. Today, we welcome and present Miss Sally and her husband, Benjamin. Put your hands together, yes?
Here we present you a plaque. It is written, "With our greatest appreciation, we hereby honor Sally and Eddie Benjamin, New Start for Children Foundation. In appreciation for your outstanding service to the community of St. Martin, with gratitude from the pastor and members of the Phillipsburg Seventh-day Adventist Church, May 18th, 2009. May God bless you for your continual service."
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. I must say this plaque is not only for myself and my husband. I had a lady, Donette Crandon, who was with me from 2012 when we had 25 children, and it was only both of us that worked along with those children for 2 years before we got help to get 3 more workers. And I have great workers, so this also go to them, plus my grandchildren who babysit with my kids. My granddaughter does homework with the kids. My daughter-in-law is involved. And my first foster care child, Latoya Spanner, who is now working with us to assist with the children. Thank you very much.
Amen.
The other organization we would like to acknowledge today is the Helping Hands Foundation. Their vision, attention, and respect to the senior citizens of St. Martin. Jacqueline James, a medical assistant and former secretary at the Temporary Police School of St. Martin, decided to follow her dream and help the senior citizens of St. Martin. She started out by driving a few elderly persons in her own car to doctor's appointments, to collect their pensions, and sometimes also to do their shopping. One person told 5, and so on, and that's how people knew about her. In 2003, the White and Yellow Cross noticed the great job that James was doing and asked her to take over the existing transportation service. With the help of Sir Antaeus, the Helping Hands Foundation owned a 16-seater bus and accepted their new task. Ms. Clarice Ellis and Ms. Jacqueline James, behind the wheel of the Helping Hands, drove many elderlies across the island on a daily basis. The clientele grew rapidly and did need of a wheelchair bus to make sure that the people with wheelchairs could go around out of their homes. Ms. James received funding from the island government of St. Martin, which was great, but unfortunately, it was not sufficient for the many activities they had been doing. So therefore, they applied to AMROF to get help, and that was approved. This was a huge step forward. They were able to purchase a wheelchair bus carrying 2 wheelchairs and also help them to do much more activities for the seniors of St. Martin. They hired 2 drivers, while Ms. James took the position of coordinator. The transportation service of the Helping Hands Foundation provides approximately 700 to 900 trips on an average per month and 120 members. The significance of the foundation could be best underlined by the fact that there is a waiting list of over 40 elderly persons who also want a little bit of their freedom back. Miss Jacqueline James.
And it reads as follows. With our greatest appreciation, we hereby honor Jacqueline James, Helping Hand Foundation, in appreciation for your outstanding service to the community of St. Martin. With gratitude from the pastor and members of the Phillipsburg Seventh-day Adventist Church on this day, May 18, 2019.
I would like to say thank you very much for appreciating the job that we do. And it's not only me, I also needed some helpers. And the helper is godfather, you call him Mr. Tony Rogers and Mrs. Patricia Friday and John Hodge. They are my pillars and my support and the other board members. And I said thank you a lot. And God bless the church, the service, and everything. I appreciate the service very much. There's Mr. Tony Rogers. I'd love him to stand up. He's our godfather of the foundation. And Mrs. Patricia Friday, who lives at the Helping Hands Foundation. Yeah, and the other board members. Thank you so much. Appreciate it very, very much. God bless.
Our next awardee is a very young and dynamic lady, Miss Clara George. Miss Clara George, let me give her the privilege for her parents to bring her, to escort her up. Brother George and Sister George, you are being honored also. Miss Clara George is an educator by profession who captured every opportunity possible to both impact knowledge as well as gain understanding through the magnificent world designed by her creator. She currently serves as the school principal of the Seventh-day Adventist School in St. Martin. In 2011, Ms. George graduated with a Bachelor's Science degree in elementary education with an emphasis in general service science from the University of the Southern Caribbean. Being a strong advocate of continuous learning, she undertook a media coach training within 5 years of her teaching and became a certified media coach in the year 2012. She later obtained her postgraduate diploma in school management in 2014. Then in 2017, she successfully completed her master's degree in education from Walden University in the area of integrated technology in the classroom. Ms. George has traveled to various islands within the Caribbean to offer motivational speeches that empower young women and has conducted several workshops on technology integration in education to over 100 educators. Her desire is to continuously used by God for the glory and to use the little gift He has given her to bless others. When featured last year in the Instagram campaign, Girls with Roots, an initiative organized and empowered Black girls within the Caribbean, Ms. George gave affirmation to young women to challenge themselves to go beyond what they and anyone else have set to their limit, to challenge the status quo and take up the mantle of becoming powerful leaders in the community. However, beyond any earthly accomplishment, her greatest desire is to continue to partner with Christ in winning soul for His kingdom. She first became involved in small group ministry by serving in a branch Sabbath school while studying in Trinidad. There she was able to share the joy of the gospel with many children from various impoverished communities. Last year, Ms. George also began a cell group that specifically ministered to young people who have a desire to foster a stronger relationship with Christ through the studying of His Word. She often recites 1 Timothy 2:12, which stated, and I quote, "Let no man despise your youth, but be an example," end of quote. For she believed that with Christ all things are possible, and a lack of experience, therefore, simply leaves more room for God to display His supreme power. Her desire is to be a role model to other young people and to continuously change herself to be a better representative to Christ each day. This morning, Ms. Clara George is being recognized for the significant role she plays in the community, for being a great model for young people, and also for the courageous step she took towards becoming the youngest principal, not just here on Country St. Martin, but in the entire Caribbean Union of Seventh-day Adventists. Ms. Clara George.
Miss Clara George, it is indeed a pleasure to present you with this token of our appreciation. It reads as follows: with our greatest appreciation, we hereby honor you, Clara George, Seventh-day Adventist School, in appreciation for your outstanding service to the community of St. Martin. With gratitude from the pastor and members of the Phillipsburg Seventh-day Adventist Church, May 18, 2019.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much. I will not share my initial thoughts about this, but I do want to recognize my parents. If it was not for them, I would not be here today, and if it was for God. So the honor actually belongs to them. So thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad. I don't know if I'll ever have this opportunity again, but I am truly blessed to call you my parents. So thank you for the sacrifice that you've given me. Thank you.
On a different note now, the women of the church would like to thank the men for last week activities. It was really fun for Mother's Day. Men, we want to say from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for everything you did.